Werewolves are creatures caught between worlds. They are both human and wolf, yet not truly either one. Werewolves are modern monsters with primal souls. Werewolves seem like us in their human forms, not stronger nor faster than any other mortal. But when the change comes over them, werewolves become true monsters. Strong enough to smash down doors and claw apart metal, and swift enough to run down any human. Hello, and welcome to my first lore video on Werewolf the Apocalypse. So we know what werewolves do. They shapeshift from human to wolf form. But what are werewolves, or Garou, as they identify their race and culture? The Garou are like the werewolves of myth in many ways, and unlike them in many others. Werewolves are not the victims of a curse, and their bite will not infect a victim with lycanthropy. Garou have some spiritual powers that allow them to pass on ill effects with a bite, but they don't create more of their kind in that way. A werewolf is born, not infected, descended from bloodlines that reach back to prehistory. Some are born to human parents, a few are born to Garou parents, and others are born to wolves. Most werewolves never know what they are until they undergo that first change. At that point, they find out they weren't really human at all. Afterwards, when in their human form, werewolves are difficult to tell apart from ordinary humans, at least physically. However, a Garou with high amounts of rage, a mystical wellspring of primal anger, gives off a predatory malice that causes ordinary humans to instinctively shun and avoid them. Werewolves need not wait for a full moon to change forms. Garou can change whenever they want, and some circumstances can even force them to change against their will. Werewolves don't become savage, mindless beasts during the full moon. Their emotions are affected by the full moon, however, and the most violent of them are on hair triggers during the full moon. It's very easy for a Garou to lose control during this time, but the sight of the full moon alone does not take their reason from them. Something that is accurate to myth, werewolves are indeed susceptible to silver, and although they heal incredibly quickly, Garou aren't immortal, and wounds inflicted by silver weapons do not heal as quickly. A silver bullet is as dangerous to a werewolf as a bullet is to a human. Of course, in neither case is an instant kill guaranteed, but with a good shot through the heart, there's little a Garou's incredible healing ability can do. 3 factors define the Garou: breed, auspice, and tribe. Breed is the birth form of the werewolf, in other words, the parentage of the Garou. Auspice is the moon phase of a werewolf's birth. The light of Luna, the spiritual embodiment of Earth's moon, affects the Garou, granting them specific blessings that will govern their path in life. The brighter the birth moon, the more rage the werewolf will feel. Those born under the full moon are the most furious of all, warriors among a warrior people. Tribe is a social unit as well as a family. A Garou may come to a tribe for ideological reasons, but most are descended from a tribe's bloodlines. While these 3 things can define a werewolf, a 4th bond exists: the bond of the pack. A werewolf's packmates are like immediate family, best friends, and comrades in arms all at once. Werewolves are aware of a hidden side of the world of darkness. They interact with the spirit world, which they call the Umbra, and much of their powers are derived from there. Garou can call on spirits to teach them supernatural tricks or invoke them in complicated rites. However, this magic derives from their werewolf nature, not the other way around. The Garou are partly spirit, able to walk in the spirit world and command supernatural powers derived from there. The spirit world and the material world are inextricably linked. What affects one affects the other. Pollution in the physical world spreads spiritual blight in the Umbra, which in turn brings down corruption on the mortals influenced by this unseen world. This dynamic is critical to both worlds, and it is the focus of the Garou's war for the soul of Gaia. Gaia is the earth and its related realms, in both a physical and a spiritual sense. Gaia is the mother goddess of all living things. Gaia is dying, wounded by a cosmological force of corruption known as the Worm. This spirit lurks far beyond the reach of the Garou, but its influence is felt everywhere. Predatory corporations, vicious murderers, even zealous cults. The Garou believe in the apocalypse, a time in which the Worm's minions will bring about a catastrophe in order to remake the world fully in its image. The apocalypse may be the end of all things. but werewolves were created to fight against it, until the final living Garou breathes its last. Although most Garou consider their nature to be a blessing, it is not without its burdens. Werewolves are drawn into an ancient and terrible war against an enemy that might never be defeated. This can be considered my pre-introduction to the lore of Werewolf the Apocalypse. Now that you have the basics down, in the next video we'll go more in depth into the worlds each werewolf must navigate. Now ask yourselves this, Garou: when will you rage?